Thank you, Guy. I'm here with Sarasota County GOP Chairman Joe Gruter. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anybody who follows politics, any analyst, political pundit, will tell you that the I-4 corridor is key to the presidential campaign. How does Sarasota County play a role? Is it a big role?
It's a huge role because we're a battleground county. You know, just a couple years ago when it was Obama versus McCain, McCain carried Sarasota by only 211 votes. It was a battleground county back then, and expect in 2012 for it to play even a larger role. The Obama Florida chairman has already said if they win Sarasota, they're going to win the state of Florida and thus win the presidency. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on all of us, all the Republican activists in Sarasota, and we're going to make sure we do everything we possibly can to win that race.
And a lot of people think that Sarasota demographically is very reflective of the rest of the country, because of so many people from around the country have moved and settled in Sarasota.
There's no question. We have a very diverse county, and that's what makes Sarasota so great. But we have a lot of activists both on the Republican and Democratic side, so that's why you see so many candidates when they come through Florida, they stop in Sarasota.
All right, so Mitt Romney, he has reversed things again as he comes into Florida. It was a much tighter race, and now he's opening things up. Still a fluid race, or do you think Romney wins by a couple of digits?
Well, certainly the polls suggest that Romney's going to carry it by double digits tomorrow, but what I'll tell you is we've done internal polls from Sarasota County's perspective, and amongst the base activists, Newt Gingrich still has a 10-point lead. So, and I think the intensity is there, and I think Newt Gingrich is surging a little bit at the end. But my guess is, you know, the polls are a reflection of that moment in time, and it's hard to overcome a 12 to 15-point deficit coming into the final weekend. But, you know, anything could happen. I know a lot of early votes have already been cast, but I expect a somewhat tight race tomorrow.
All right, a tight race you're calling.
Yep.
All right, but single digit?
I would say mid to high single digits.
Okay, all right, very good. President Obama has spent a ton of money, specifically in Sarasota County. No Democratic presidential candidate has ever won since 1944. Does that come into play here?
Well, the 211 vote margin just a couple years ago proves that Sarasota is in play, and what they're trying to do, they know if they can get counties like Sarasota to turn blue, then not only is that going to be good for Obama, you know, not for the state, for the nation, but it's also going to be huge for all the local candidates, and they're doing everything they possibly can to turn it blue. But of course, that puts the added pressure, and what we're doing is we're fighting hard on a daily basis to build our team and to build our troops to make sure that we're ready to take on Obama and his machine, because Obama's going to spend over $1 billion in this race, and expect that because of Florida is so important in our role, expect the $150 million to be spent in our state,
right.
And we expect a large percentage of that to be spent in Sarasota County.
Okay, away from presidential politics, let's go with the GOP. You're the county chair of the GOP. The state's still looking for a good one. After Jim Greer, they're looking for a breath of fresh air, if you will. A lot of people look to you and think maybe perhaps you were that person.
Well, I'll tell you, it was we have a great chairman in Lenny Curry from Jacksonville. He's another young guy, another CPA like me, but it's my job right now and my focus is completely to make sure that Sarasota is carried by Republicans, not only at the top of the ticket, but we've got to make sure we fire Bill Nelson in 2012, and we're going to do everything we can to prepare ourselves for victory, and that's my only focus right now.
All right, you voted in, you take it though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, very good. We'll be right back with more.